Where are you guys heading to?
She knows.
Catch a cat!
We're used to being in a rowboat, so we're really used to being backwards. But it's definitely like a whole other challenge of when you're rowing through a waterway you've never been in, to only be seeing what's ahead of you by snatching glances over your shoulder. So I've gotten really used to, and I've even developed the proper technique so I can steal a glance over my shoulder without rocking the boat and messing up Dameon's stroke.
Yeah, I mean, we're putting in as many miles per day as we had best hoped to. So the weather's been super in our favor. Great along. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use the desktop Garmin software to plot out the shortest course and loaded that on the GPS and followed it religiously.
Yeah, 753 miles. Yeah, which is
from Port Townsend to here.
From Port Townsend,
Yeah.
That's right.
So focused on how the boat's moving and how the boat feels. But it's a really nice state for my brain to be in, I feel like, because not thinking about anything else except for the very physical motion of rowing and what the boat's doing, how the waves and the wind are acting on us.
Yeah, if you want to get the most out of that boat, to move as efficiently as possible, you need to be together. 4 blades in our circumstance, entering together, starting to drive and pulling together, get the boat to go. If one person starts before the other, even if it's just this fraction of a second, you lose speed or you don't cover as much ground as well. So being perfectly together, making it flow really well, adds up. Gets you there easier and quicker.
The worst part for Dameon is he sits in front of me and has to get constant rowing critique.
She rowed crew all through high school and college, and I never rowed until 5 years ago. So she loves to give advice.
And a fundamental aspect of rowing is the idea of letting the boat glide between strokes. So you're trying to get the most forward motion from every stroke. And but that changes all the time depending on what's acting on the boat and the crew and how hard you can pull. So if you can pull really hard, the boat's going to glide really far before you have to take the next stroke. But the whole time it's gliding, it's slowing down. So you've got to find that happy medium between getting the most glide but not letting the boat slow down so much that the next stroke is really hard. And then the boats, unless it's perfectly calm, the boat is rocking a lot, and that's just a whole nother challenge of trying to stay in sync while the boat is rocking, sometimes violently moving.
So, Cape Caution's not to be trifled with when it's windy, and it's supposed to kick up tomorrow. So.
A very hard day was rounding Cape Caution where we just crawled along. It felt like all day. It's just the tide and wind against us, and it was.
And I was crying in the boat that day out of frustration and exhaustion. And as a racer, I've always been able to feel like if the boat's not moving fast enough, I can just pull harder and the boat will go faster. And I've always been able to do that. And there are a lot of times on this trip when conditions were such that I could pull harder and the boat's not going to go any faster. And that was super frustrating for me. But I think towards the end of the trip, I kind of got over that. I kind of I don't know, I got over the feeling that I had to make the boat go as fast as possible. And I was just I can only make the boat go as fast as I can make it go. And that's good enough.
Before we got here, I was having kind of really my only down couple of hours during the whole trip. I think I was a little sad about it ending. Knowing that it was finally winding down and that it was going to go back to, it was going to stop. It's kind of sad for me.
That hit you hard, yeah. He was super chipper the whole way, and then that morning he was silent. I can tell, we rode so much together that I can tell when he's upset by the way he's rowing. It just doesn't feel right, it's not flowing right. So that was really interesting. We had those couple of off hours when he got really sad about the end coming. I almost passed out when we got on the dock. I literally almost blacked out and stumbled forward, and Daniel caught me. I had to sit down and drink some water, and then I was fine. But and I think that was partially not eating enough during the day, but also just the cumulative fatigue, and then smacked with the kind of shocking transition from being alone in a boat for 17 days, and then all of a sudden hopping on a dock and having a crowd of people asking questions and excited to see us. So yeah, it was quite a moment.
It's been fascinating since we came back to all of a sudden be on the phone again and looking at R2AK Instagram or Facebook, and all of a sudden you get back and it's 500 likes and 50 comments on a photo or something about being backward day out. Some lady said she punched the Grim Reaper in the face if it came near us. Who are you?
She's got our back. It's really awesome to be part of such a community, a worldwide community of people who value adventure just for the sake of adventure.